Get ready, PumpTalk fans. We're diving headfirst into the juiciest stories hitting the airwaves today. First up, we're pulling back the curtain on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and you're going to want to hear about Amy Steele, the Utah socialite who's suddenly making waves on Season 6. Heather Gay called her the who's who of Salt Lake, and we've got all the details on her life, her businesses, and why she's suddenly a major player. And speaking of RHOSLC, Bronwyn Newport is revealing some major life changes that are shaking up her household. She's not quite ready for her daughter, Gwen, to leave the nest, so she's made a drastic move that involves a new housemate, and it's not who you'd expect. Plus, Bronwyn is opening up about her fears for the future and how her parents' health is impacting her life. This is an emotional one, folks. Next, we're sailing over to the Mediterranean for some below-deck drama. Chief Stew Aesha Scott is already bringing up former Stu Bry Muller on Below Deck Med Season 10, and the reason might just give you whiplash. Aesha's got some serious PTSD from last season's laundry woes, and she's not holding back when it comes to her new second Stew candidates, Kizzy Kitchener and Victoria San Juan. Get ready for some poetic justice. Finally, on The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Meredith Marks is spilling the tea on a shocking fourth wall break and revealing who or what she calls a liability that the network wouldn't let them. Well, you know. After a terrifying night in Provo Canyon, Meredith gives us the inside scoop on why the ladies are really safe. Stick around for all the exclusive details. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Utah's secret socialite unveiled. Heather Gay declared that Utah might not have traditional socialites, but if it did, Amy Steele would undoubtedly be at the top of the list. On Season 6 of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Amy Steele is introduced as a prominent figure, someone who throws fabulous parties and lives in a magnificent home. Her ranch near Park City was the backdrop for a recent Saturday social, attended by the entire RHOSLC cast, including Lisa Barlow, Mary Cosby, Angie Katzenvas, Meredith Marks, Bronwyn Newport, and Whitney Rose, along with their partners. Amidst the drama that unfolded between Lisa and Angie and Bronwyn, the focus was drawn to the enigmatic host herself. So who exactly is Amy Steele? Beyond her role as a hostess, Amy is the founder and owner of the Steele Vault, a luxury medical spa where she's also a master esthetician. Her professional journey began in the tech industry, with impressive stints at tech giants like Intel, IBM, Salesforce, and Cisco, even holding a patent with Intel. However, her true passion gravitated towards skincare, leading her to earn a master esthetician degree and launch her spa, which recently celebrated its 5-year anniversary. Amy also dedicates her time to the Camelot Kingdom, an animal sanctuary focused on breeding dogs, sheep, and alpacas. Amy resides on a sprawling ranch with her husband, Jim Steele, a prominent business executive at Salesforce, and their 2 children. Jim also has an adult daughter from a previous relationship. Amy's foray into social media began in March 2025, where she shared glimpses of her life and adventures. Her Instagram posts have featured moments from her and Jim's joint birthday party, a lavish affair seen on RHOSLC Season 6, where she celebrated with her favorite people. Don't go anywhere, because the drama is just heating up with more shocking revelations from Salt Lake City. Next, we're uncovering Bronwyn Newport's surprising living arrangements and the emotional reason behind them. Bronwyn Newport's bold move to keep family close. Bronwyn Newport is making some major adjustments to her home life on The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, all to ensure her daughter Gwen doesn't fly the nest too soon. In a candid confession on Season 6, Episode 2, Bronwyn admitted, "I am not prepared for Gwen to move out right now." To keep her 18-year-old daughter at home, Bronwyn took an unexpected step. She invited Gwen's boyfriend, Logan, to move in with them. This unconventional decision stems from Bronwyn's deep-seated fear of what life will be like once Gwen is fully independent. What if Gwen moves out, and I have all of this time and space and freedom to go do something fabulous with my life, and I don't make something fabulous out of my life? Bronwyn confessed to her castmates. She expressed insecurity about not having done enough with Gwen yet, and feeling like her identity is intrinsically tied to being Gwen's mom. The living situation has already welcomed another new resident, a pet chameleon named after Bronwyn's husband, Todd, a decision Bronwyn eventually came around to. Adding to the family dynamic, Bronwyn has also relocated her parents to Salt Lake City following significant health challenges. Her father has Alzheimer's disease, and her mother was diagnosed with a brain tumor. These health scares prompted Bronwyn to move her parents into her home, a transition that will be a significant storyline in Season 6, creating tension, particularly with her mother's critical nature. Bronwyn has been actively documenting her family life on social media, sharing moments like skiing trips with Gwen and Logan, and even dealing with Gwen playfully distracting her. The process of emptying her childhood home in California to facilitate her parents' move was also an emotional journey, filled with nostalgia. But the surprises don't stop there. We're setting sail for more reality TV drama. Get ready for Below Deck Med, where Aesha Scott is already feeling some serious Season 9 déjà vu. Below Deck Med, Aesha Scott's PTSD and a poem. Aesha Scott is already looking back at last season with a mix of dread and humor as Below Deck Mediterranean Season 10 gets underway. In a preview for the premiere, the chief stew is tasked with choosing between two new second stew candidates, Kizzy Kitchener and Victoria V. San Juan. Aesha, expressing her apprehension, penned a poem that hilariously and pointedly references former stew Bry Muller. "I've written a little poem. I'm a bit worried about V because it rhymes with Bry, and I've got PTSD from last season's laundry." Bry Muller, who famously struggled with laundry duties during Season 9, is not returning for the current season, but her presence is clearly felt. Fans will recall Bry's journey of growth throughout Season 9, where she went from admitting "I was probably the shittiest" stew to feeling a sense of pride and confidence by the end. Despite her challenges on the show, Bry has been embarking on global adventures, sharing her travels and reflections on healing and forgiveness in a recent Instagram post. Now, with Kizzy and Victoria joining the MY Bravado, Aesha faces the challenge of training them. Kizzy, from Ipswich, England, is noted for her latte art skills and love for spicy margaritas. Victoria, from Florida, lists painting, twerking, scuba diving, and making guacamole as her hobbies, summing up her below-deck experience with exhilarating romance, chaos. Aesha also teases a damning declaration about her own finances this season, adding another layer of intrigue. And for our final story, we're heading back to the dramatic landscapes of Salt Lake City for a confession that breaks the fourth wall. Get ready to hear Meredith Marks reveal the liability that the network just wouldn't let them ignore. RHOSLC's Meredith Marks, the liability that saved them. After a terrifying night exploring the legend of Molly Sorensen in Utah's Provo Canyon, the cast of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City survived their RV camping trip unscathed. But how? Meredith Marks has a theory, and it involves a surprising liability that kept the network from letting anything truly disastrous happen. In a candid, fourth-wall-breaking confessional, Meredith explained with a laugh, "They're not gonna let us die. It's too big of a liability for the network." Despite the spooky atmosphere and a cliffhanger ending featuring a distressed Meredith and a mysterious shriek, the women woke up safe and sound. The real horror for some involved roughing it with outdoor hygiene and breakfast prep. As trip co-host Angie Katzenvas suggested heading home, Heather Gay expressed a strong desire for indoor plumbing and a proper bed. Adding to the challenges, the RV got stuck, requiring most of the cast, minus Mary Cosby, to push it out of a rut. Later, Meredith filled in Lisa Barlow, who had opted out of the trip. Discussions about Lisa's alleged legal issues, which had been a major topic among the women in Lisa's absence, were brought up. Meredith initially encouraged Lisa to hash things out, but later advised Bronwyn Newport to pause the heated conversation, citing "not great timing" and Lisa's need to be calm. In an exclusive interview, Meredith expressed disappointment that Lisa couldn't join them, emphasizing that while she missed her company, she understood that everyone has different obligations. She also stated that the conversation about lawsuits with someone not present did not sit very well with her, highlighting her discomfort with the situation. That's all the breaking news for today, but don't go anywhere. We've got a lightning round recap coming up. And make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss our next deep dive. And that's a wrap on today's PumpTalk news. We covered Amy Steele's rise on RHOSLC, Bronwyn Newport's surprising family decisions, Aesha Scott's poetic take on Below Deck Med, and Meredith Marks' fourth-wall-breaking confession. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more exclusive content, ring that notification bell, and tell us in the comments which story shocked you the most. Follow us on all social platforms for behind-the-scenes action. We'll see you next time.